Good morning. This is Carolina from State Adventures. Let's go into this March trip that we are planning for your family of three. Everything on the itinerary that I'm going to show you is possible, is available as of today, so we can tweak it to make sure it fits your family, but it is ready to go. So I'm going to share my screen and let's go through the itinerary together. So this is a private trip to Peru for your family of three, you, your wife, and your adult daughter. I have priced the trip based on a triple room. So there is one room included in each of the hotels. If you prefer to have a separate room for your daughter, please let me know and we will kind of tweak it accordingly. Triple rooms in the hotels are usually the larger rooms with two double beds or a king bed and a twin, sometimes three twins, but of course in this case we don't need three twins. So there's plenty of details that we can discuss further, but I just want to make sure that the dates match your international flights, that everything on the itinerary is what you wished on your list that you sent me. We have been doing trips to Peru for the last almost 20 years. In February, will be 20 years. I have personally been to Peru many times with my own family, so please reach out with any questions you may have. There are some tricks and tips for visiting Peru because this is a very unique country. It has places with high altitude, other places that are at sea level. There is a lot of things, permits, entry tickets, train tickets that need to be done ahead of time. So there's a lot of logistics that we love to take care of. So we will make sure everything is included for you. So Peru, no visa needed, no vaccinations needed. All you need is your passport. Make sure there's 6 months left on the validity of it. And then you're going to arrive in Lima, the international airport. We pick you up, private car, big sign with your names on it, and bring you to a hotel in Miraflores, Lima. Miraflores is one of the neighborhoods in Lima that's on the ocean. It's surrounded by markets and shopping and great restaurants. It's really the lively, thriving part of the city. Some people think downtown, let me be near the main square. That's not the case here in Lima because downtown really shuts down at night. It is the business center. So I never suggest people staying near the main square. It becomes quite unsafe at night. So Miraflores is a great place. San Isidro is another great neighborhood. And you also don't want to stay near the airport if you want to see Lima. The airport is a good 45 minutes away. So unless you're just landing, sleeping, and leaving the next morning, the airport is not the best place to stay. So we included the Iberostar. It's a great five-star property on the ocean, beautiful views, rooftop pool, very fresh, very modern, great breakfast. So it's a nice starting point for the trip. If you want to upgrade, there are some beautiful luxury hotels as well, so we can discuss those. But this is a great starting point for you to think about. And then we're going to spend 2 nights in Lima, the first day for arrival, the second day to see the best of Lima. So we're going to do a proper tour of Lima proper and see all the highlights, have, of course, special touches like we're going to go to the museum and have lunch in there. We're going to go to the Lovers Park and some other places that are off the beaten path. And then in the afternoon, we're going to switch things up a little bit and go on foot and do a foodie walking tour. So it's all about street art, popping into little places to have a milkshake or have snacks at the local ruins that were discovered, in the last 20, 30 years. These are some really wonderful off the beaten path places. It goes really well hand in hand, but it is a full day. So if you think your family does not want to be touring all day, meaning maybe 4 to 5 hours in the morning and 3 to 4 hours in the afternoon, let me know and we can include one or the other if you don't want both. This is a lot of also tasting and food included. So if you want to just do one of the foodie experiences and maybe leave the evening free because Lima has some of the best restaurants in the world. So if you would like to have some reservations made at one of those top restaurants, we can do it tonight and then kind of tweak that touring just a little bit to fit it for you. But that's what Lima would be like. And then off we go to Cusco. So from Lima to Cusco is just an hour flight, but we never stay in Cusco. Cusco is the highest altitude throughout your trip. So we leave that for the end. You want to be able to acclimate. You want to be able to take it easy in the beginning. So when you arrive in Cusco, we're going to start with 2 nights in the Sacred Valley. Sacred Valley is like a countryside between Cusco and Machu Picchu. So it works perfectly with our routing. It's not going out of the way anywhere. It's not backtracking anywhere. So you land in Cusco and you go to Sacred Valley. But of course, we're not going to just transfer you to Sacred Valley and see nothing. We're going to have a private guide who will be with you for the duration of your time in the Cusco region. He is a local person. He knows Sacred Valley and Cusco like the back of his hand because this is home. And so he will be staying with you throughout. What we do on that first arrival day is making sure you see some sites of the Sacred Valley that are quite stunning for photography, for visual, highlights, but not really strenuous. So we're not hiking today. We're not climbing ruins today. All about seeing something beautiful, getting a culture experience, having a beautiful lunch, and resting in the hotel because we want you to acclimate. Your hotel is 2,000 feet lower than what staying in Cusco would be like. So it does make a lot of sense to be in the valley, but there's some beautiful sites along the way. And so we included Maras Marai, which is the Inca laboratories and salt flats, and Chinchero, which is a sweet, colorful weavers village. So great cultural interaction here for all three of you, something for everyone. And then we'll stay at the Tambo del Inca. Tambo del Inca is a luxury property. I saw it on your list. I think you had it listed under Lima, but it's actually here in the Sacred Valley. Great property. It's been around forever. Great service, great food. So it's a one of the top choices. It is available as of this morning, but again, we need to confirm the reservations to guarantee the room. And again, triple room means 2 double beds in this property. The next day in the Sacred Valley, because we're going to be here for 2 nights, we're going to tour some of the highlights. So I like to mix things up where we're going to see some bucket list items like Ollantaytambo ruins and the complex, and then go somewhere where the busloads of people are not going, which is Misminay. Misminay is an indigenous community that lives high up in the Andes. And we visit here. We have a beautiful lunch here. We can go on a little hike here, beautiful views from up there, and just a nice cultural experience and interaction and a glimpse of life in the Andes. So highly suggest this kind of mix of things because Peru is quite popular. Spring break season, which is throughout March and April because there's spring break for schools and then there's also Easter, very popular. Now, I do have to say weather-wise, it is a rainy season. So January, February, March is quite rainy. March is the end of it, sort of. Beginning of April is the end of rainy season. This does not stop the crowds. There will be plenty of people visiting along with you. And that's why when you were checking availability, some of it looked like it was sold out, and that's because it is a popular time. It doesn't affect our logistics. We will take care of everything, especially since we do all the transfers privately. We don't do any buses or anything like that. We are able to work around the weather, and if things are, if something is really rainy or a road is washed out, we know alternatives. So that is why it's really important to have every logistical issue taken care of by someone who knows Peru really well. This is key to a safe and a productive trip and to make sure that you're not going to miss Machu Picchu, that you're going to have all the permits that you need, and so on and so on. So 2 nights in Sacred Valley, you have lunch out in the valley and then return to Tambo del Inca. And then on March 10th, we go to Machu Picchu. So the way that we will plan the trip is we will take the Vista Dome train, which is the glass dome ceiling train, to Machu Picchu, and we will take the Hiram Bigham on the way back. You mentioned Hiram Bigham in your list, and I highly suggest doing it just one way because on the way to Machu Picchu, it's really early in the morning. You have beautiful views either way, so it doesn't matter which train you take. You really don't need that brunch on board because you're going to be going to the ruins right away and then having a lovely lunch there. So there's a lot of things that work this way with the Vista Dome train. And then on the way back, it's really lovely to take this beautiful dinner train. There's live music. There's all kinds of different entertainment on board. It's a true experience, white glove service. And it's dark outside, so you're not really looking out the window. So it's really nice to be in this really lush train. So the way it works in Machu Picchu is that you're going to be taking just a day pack. So anything you need for your 1 night in Machu Picchu, that is what you're bringing with you on the train. The train does not have luggage carts, so they do not allow suitcases. So this is another logistical issue. So when we take you to the train, Our guide puts you on the train, make sure you're in your seats, make sure everything is proper. And then he and the driver will take your large suitcases and drive them to Cusco, where you will reunite with them when you return from Machu Picchu. So we take care of all of that behind the scenes. Once you arrive in Cusco, you go straight to the ruins. So we will have someone from the hotel pick up your day packs, take them to the Machu Picchu hotel so you can enjoy the ruins themselves. So we will do one of the circuits. So as we kind of explained in emails, the ruins are split between 6 different circuits. This is quite new. It just happened after COVID, where we're trying to really preserve Machu Picchu. It really was never meant to have 5,000 people visiting every day, which is sometimes the case. So we're splitting the ruins in 6 circuits, so there's never too many people in one place. So in the first day, we like to do the high circuit, so you can have beautiful views, you can see the ruins, amazing photography, and then have lunch up there, spend the night in the village, which one of the hotels is Inca Terra Machu Picchu Pueblo. That's a lovely hotel. Sumac is another lovely hotel. Those are the 2 5-star hotels. Sanctuary Lodge is the hotel that's by the gate of the ruins. That's probably triple the cost of the Inca Terra. It's a great experience if you want to spend a night at the top of the ruins or at the top of the mountain, but there is no view of the ruins from the rooms. So that's kind of a misconception some people have. Oh, I'm going to stay at the Sanctuary Lodge so I can see the ruins out my window. That's not the case. Sanctuary Lodge actually used to be where the scientists and excavators were staying when they were working when the ruins were discovered. So it was never really meant to be a hotel. So the rooms are quite small, but it is a charming property. It is a luxury property. But Inca Terra is amazing. It's right in the jungle. Sumac is also amazing. It's on the river, right smack in the middle of the little village. The village is tiny. It operates solely on tourism. There are no cars. It's all walking. There's a little market and a little main square in the middle. Very safe, very wonderful to explore, but you really don't need more than an hour and a half to see the whole thing. There's a little museum in there. You can really spend that evening, afternoon walking around, but most people just enjoy and relax because it's a long day and it's really exciting to be in Machu Picchu. So the next day, and the reason we're spending the night in Machu Picchu is so that we can rise and go for sunrise. So there are 2 entries, one at 7 a.m. and one at 10 a.m. We can choose either one. It doesn't mean if you go at 7 a.m., it doesn't mean you're going to see the sun actually rising. You are so high up and it's typically so cloudy up there. You just see colors, the light colors change. But the big thing about it is that only 500 people are allowed at 7 a.m. and 500 people are allowed at 10 a.m. So that's why it's great to go in the morning, because it's way less people than the night before. And then in the afternoon, you'll see plenty of more people. And so this would be the day where we're hiking. So there's Huayna Picchu permits, there's Machu Picchu mountain permits, there's Uchuy Picchu permits, and there's the hike to the Inca Gate or the Sun Gate. However, in March, a lot of the times Huayna Picchu and the Sun Gate are closed for safety reasons and for protective reasons. They want they want to restore the trail. So if Uchuy Picchu is open, we would hike there, or Machu Picchu Mountain, we can hike there because there's no drop-offs and it's quite safe to go up. It's still strenuous, it's still steep, it's still amazing views, but it's not on the side of the cliff. So there's plenty of options here, and we will take care of that for you. I see that you do want to hike, so we will make sure that you get some wonderful opportunities on this morning, and of course, visit the ruins one more time. Have lunch up there, and then tonight we board the Vista Dome train. I think it leaves about 4:30 to go back to Cusco and finally check into our Cusco hotel for our last 2 nights in Peru. So Palacio del Inca is a great property, has been around forever. It's truly a palace that's redone into a hotel. It's just a really wonderful experience to stay here. Great service, great food. I have been here many times. I have never had anyone who doesn't love Palacio del Inca, but there's plenty of properties. If you want to upgrade, there's lovely, lovely properties to go up even higher in luxury. So let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, and if you want to maybe splurge in Cusco at the end. But we'll stay here after arriving from the Hiram Bigham train. And then on March 12th, we have a full day in Cusco. So again, kind of like in Lima, I've included a lot here to show you what's possible. We're going to sleep in a little bit so you can have that one day where you can have a really loungy breakfast and really enjoy. Then the guide will come and meet you and take you to see the highlights of Cusco. So San Pedro Market, go to the archaeological sites, go to the ruins outside of Cusco, go to the Coricancha Temple. There's so many things to see and do. It's a great cobblestone city, really lovely for walking, beautiful main square, and your hotel will be walking distance to the main square and pretty much everything you need. Then in the afternoon, because now you're fully acclimated, we've been in high altitude for quite a few days, we will have a local chef meet you and take you on a fun cocktail tour where he will pick three different restaurants where you'll learn how to make a pisco sour, have some bites around Cusco. It's a lot of fun to kind of see Cusco through the eyes of a local. And then we'll end with dinner at Map Cafe, which is, I think I saw it mentioned in your email. Map Cafe is a restaurant that's inside the Archaeological Museum. The museum closes at 6 o'clock. And when we make reservations inside the little glass dome or glassed-in restaurant, maybe 7 or 8 tables there, you are able to go into the museum after it closes, walk around the exhibits, and then have a beautiful dinner. It's one of my favorite dinners in Cusco. And that will be kind of our farewell dinner to Peru. But March 13th, you kind of have a free day because your flight home will not be until after midnight. So we're going to let you sleep in, check out. We'll take you to lunch at Chicholina, which is another wonderful restaurant. Have some free time. And around 4 or 5, we're going to take you to the airport and fly you back to Lima so you can connect to that midnight flight to flight home. That leaves you with quite a few hours in Lima, but Lima has a great, lounge that you can enjoy. It has restaurants. If you want, we can get a room at the Lima Airport Hotel for a few hours, but truly, I don't suggest that leaving the secured area. You don't need to do that unless you have, more than 6 hours of waiting. So we will take care of those details and discuss them if you would like. So that is what 8 days looks like in Peru with your dates, with your list of things. I've included everything on your list. So let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see. I would love to hear your thoughts on this itinerary, and I hope you travel with us. Thanks so much for listening.